So close, but so far. Hey everyone, it's Alanuka here. Yeah, my prediction was wrong. Both of them. Yeah, I was 0-2, and I'm really happy, at least for the Edmonton Dallas, for sure. I didn't really think that Edmonton was going to the Stanley Cup final, so I'm really happy about it. For Florida, at the beginning of the playoffs, I said Florida against the New York Rangers and a win for the New York Rangers. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, Florida was the only reason I think why I choose really New York is because I predict that at the beginning of the playoff that they were gonna come back and gonna go on the Stanley Cup final. That's why I said in 6 for the Rangers. But honestly, I'm not surprised about Florida. Anyway, those two teams are great. But clearly, Florida wanted it more. I would say it's probably because of last year. They're probably feeling like they want to need to win the cup. They need to win the cup, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard for anybody who's gonna play against them. That's for sure. Bobrovsky is great. Forwards are great, especially Barkov. For me right now, if Florida wins, uh, he's gonna win the Conn Smythe. Of course, could say that maybe McDavid's gonna win it, whatever. Even if they lose, depending on how the final's gonna play. Especially if McDavid has a lot of success, it goes in 7 and Florida wins, and Barkov couldn't maintain the McDavid at all. Yeah, I think at that point it's probably gonna be McDavid who's gonna win the Conn Smythe, even if Florida wins at the end of the day. But yeah, still, he's pretty good. Barkov is pretty good, and it's gonna be amazing. Barkov versus McDavid, the best defensive forward versus the best offensive forward. Amazing. What a final. I'm really happy about this one. I didn't saw it coming, I would say. At the beginning of the playoffs, I said Vancouver would beat Edmonton, and I'm gonna be honest, I think it's true. The fact that Demko was hurt uh, made a big difference. And if even when it was time to predict the second round, I said Edmonton because Demko wasn't going to be there for at least the first 5 games. And at the end of the day, he was not there at all. So, yeah, and Skinner is really impressive. Sometimes he has a bad game, but generally he plays well. So, and Edmonton is great defensively. I'm really shocked, especially on the penalty kill. Both teams are great in both power plays and penalty kills. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they have any power plays in this playoff, who's going to be the best. I would say I would give an advantage to Edmonton on that point. I'm really shocked that they win against Dallas, but Dallas didn't. They tried, but you could feel that no, Edmonton wants it more. I think the teams that wanted it the most, wins their series. That's what happened, and clearly, wants their series. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sorry for my English, of course. I think we have a really interesting final. Two teams that really wants it. I think for the penalty kill and the power play, I'm gonna give it to the Edmonton Oilers. 5-on-5. I'm going to give it to Florida, but I think it's gonna be really close. But I think it's gonna be really close on every single anywhere. It's gonna be close anywhere. I think Florida is gonna end up with a lot more shots than Edmonton. Edmonton had a couple of games in the playoffs where they weren't shooting a lot, and they win. They won those games. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. since the start of the playoffs, the team that had the most shots didn't necessarily win the games. So, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a big difference. The biggest difference is gonna be the fact that Florida has a lot of players that can go um, in front of the goalie. Rodriguez, Bennett, Cousins, Kachuk, etc., etc. You can go with a lot of these guys. There's a lot of guys that can go do this with them. Same with the others. Hyman, especially, he's amazing at that. Corey Perry, of course. There's more. Almost all the players that plays on the third and fourth lines can do this. So yeah, really the Oilers have this year the big difference I think with the Oilers. First, Skinner plays a lot better, but the third and fourth lines are a lot better this season. Last year I liked some of these guys, but they were missing a couple of pieces. This season I feel like Enrique, Carrick were great additions. And Corey Perry, great addition. It just give them that flexibility with their lineup, with their third and fourth line they didn't have in the last couple of seasons. So yeah, it's great. Bouchard, thanks Paul Coffey. Bouchard is amazing, and Edmonton has the four best fourth leaders for points this season. It's crazy. It's crazy. McDavid has 31 points. Draisaitl 28. I think Hyman has 18. He's like, I don't know, fifth, sixth in the points. So he's just he's six, maybe 6 or 7. He's great. I mean, he's great. He scored a lot of goals. I don't have the scoring here. Okay, I have it now. So yeah, you have McDavid at 31, Draisaitl 28, Bouchard 27. He's a defenseman. Trocheck and Nugent Hopkins are at 20. Kachuk is at 19, and Hyman is at 18. So in the top 7, you have 5 different Oilers. This is crazy. This is crazy. So yeah. And the best scorer is Hyman, and the second best is tied with Johnston, Draisaitl. So you have the 2 best goal scorer in the playoffs with the Oilers. On the assist, the 4 best players with the assist are McDavid, Bouchard, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, but Nugent Hopkins has the same amount of assists than Kachuk. So it's crazy. Offensively, these guys are crazy. And what's great is not only these guys making a shit ton of points, but you have the guys on the third, fourth line that also are getting their goals, getting points. They're helping the team a lot. And that's a big difference, I think. Florida, it was already the case last year. And this year, I think they're even better. It's going to be really interesting. Their lineup is great. I think there is a lot of their lineup is really deep. And yes, I was looking for that word. And yeah, they're just amazing. I really think right now the team that gives me the most of a champion vibes is Florida, but I prefer the Oilers. That's personal, of course. I really love the Edmonton Oilers. It's a great team, and when Montreal is not there, I'm following the Oilers. I want to see McDavid win the cup, so it's not gonna be about who I think is gonna win the cup for my prediction. It's more I'm going with who I want to win the cup. So I'm gonna go with Edmonton in 6 because I want them also to win it in front of their fans. So yeah, Edmonton in 6. We'll see. I think honestly Florida will probably win this one, but Edmonton from the start played a lot better than what I was thinking. Florida did exactly what I was thinking they were gonna do. I think the Rangers were disappointing in the third round, even in the second round. I mean, they didn't deserve to win against Carolina. So I'm going with Edmonton, and yeah, we'll see. Last season, yeah, Florida really wanted to win this, but they fall apart in the final. We'll see this season if they're doing it. They're if they're better, but I don't know. I want to see. Honestly, I just want to see if Edmonton wins this. So yeah, for Edmonton in 6. But of course, McDavid's gonna win the Conn Smythe. Of course, that's the only thing that is missing after that. So why not? The legend continues. So tell me in the comments who you think is gonna win the Stanley Cup. Who's gonna win the Conn Smythe? Of course, I think most of you are gonna say that's gonna be Florida, and I understand perfectly. No issues there. Like I said, if it wasn't for Edmonton, because I really like this team, I would probably go with Florida. But I want to believe this time. I wasn't believing it in this season at all, but in these playoffs, they're surprising. And the thing that were a big issue for me, seems to be not the case at all defensively, and the goaltender seems to just doing fine. So I want to think that it's possible. So hey, let's say, I want to think that it's possible. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. Bye bye.